New Moon, The Night I Refused to Quit, a story of discipline, failure and rise. It was 2:47 a.m. when Adam finally put down his phone. The room was silent, drenched in darkness except for a faint orange glow seeping through the curtains. He sat at the edge of his bed, elbows on knees, his head in his hands. His eyes were exhausted, his heart, heavier than ever. Earlier that day, he had lost his job. The termination letter lay crumpled on the floor like a symbol of defeat. Every voice inside him repeated the same painful words: "You failed. You're not capable. What will people say?" The silence wasn't peaceful, it was suffocating. His mind raced, replaying every mistake, every missed moment, every dream he once held. He looked around his room. The walls still had old motivational posters. His notebook, full of dreams he never started, lay buried beneath dust. He felt like he had become a stranger to the man who once believed in greatness. His phone vibrated again, another message of concern from a friend. But he didn't open it. He didn't want pity. He wanted strength. Suddenly, his eyes landed on a forgotten frame above his desk. Slowly, he stood and walked toward it. With shaky hands, he wiped off the dust. It read, "Speech balloon, when you feel you've reached the end, reset your vision, not your value." Tears welled in his eyes, but not from defeat, something inside shifted. He looked in the mirror next to the frame. What he saw wasn't failure. It was a man scarred from battles, but still breathing. A man who had fallen, but not finished. With a trembling voice, he whispered to his reflection. "Speaking head, maybe tonight I lost a job, but not my ability." He walked to his desk and pulled out his notebook. On the first page, once written in hope, were the words, "This is where my future begins." He flipped to a blank page. Fountain pen, Day 1, I'm rebuilding. Not because I have to, but because I choose to. He opened his laptop and searched, how to restart life after failure. Stories of people who rose from ashes filled the screen. Thomas Edison, Denzel Washington, ordinary people who kept going. It didn't give him answers, but it gave him belief. By 3:29 a.m., he closed the laptop and wrote 3 vows. Pushpin, I will wake up at 5 a.m. every day. Pushpin, I will stop feeding my excuses. Pushpin, I will build the life I once thought was impossible. Time, 3:33 a.m. He lay down, not defeated, but reloaded. Before closing his eyes, he whispered, "Collision, one day, they'll ask how I made it, and I'll say, it started the night I refused to quit." Sunrise Chapter 2, The 5 a.m. Battle. The alarm rang at 5 a.m. sharp. Adam didn't jump up like a movie character. His eyes opened slowly. His body protested. His mind offered excuses. "You slept late. You're still tired. Try tomorrow." But his promise was louder. He sat up, not with excitement, with discipline. Speaking head, discipline first. Motivation later. He made coffee. The outside world was silent, a powerful silence. Not loneliness, opportunity. He tied his running shoes. Each knot felt like locking his excuses away. The air was freezing as he stepped outside. He started running. With each step, his lungs burned. Doubt whispered, "Why are you doing this? What if nothing changes?" But he kept going. "I'm not running for fitness," he thought. "I'm running to become someone who doesn't quit." After 15 minutes, he wanted to stop. He looked up. The horizon began to fill with light. Sunrise. Speaking head, the world didn't change when I woke up at 5 a.m. I did. He ran again. Slow, but unstoppable. Back home, he took a cold shower. Not for health, for training his mind to accept discomfort. At 6 a.m., he sat at his desk and studied leadership, business, resilience. He didn't wait for motivation. He created it. He wrote, "Notebook, success is not something I chase. It's something I prepare myself for." Days passed, then weeks. The same battle every morning. The alarm rang. His body resisted. His purpose won. He stopped endlessly scrolling social media. Started reading, learning, building. He replaced, "I hope," with, "I will." Maybe one day, with Day 1. After 102 days, he looked in the mirror. Speaking head, I didn't win overnight. I won every morning. His energy improved. His clarity sharpened. He still hadn't found success in the world, but he had found it in himself. Collision, discipline turned my pain into power, 5 a.m. at a time. Door Chapter 3, The Day Success Knocked. 10 months later, Adam stood in his modern glass office. Not as an employee, as CEO. His company logo shone on the wall. Below it, a mission statement. Framed picture, From Discipline to Destiny. 6 employees worked outside his door. His calendar was full, but he took a moment to breathe. To remember. His assistant entered. "Sir, your 10 a.m. interview is here. Send him in," Adam said. A young man entered nervously. Shoulders low, eyes uncertain. He looked just like Adam once did. "Sir," he said quietly, "I've struggled a lot. I'm afraid of failing again." Adam smiled gently. Speaking head, "I didn't succeed because I never failed. I succeeded because I grew every time I did." The candidate looked up. 10 months ago, Adam continued, "I lost everything. But I stopped asking, what if I fail? And asked, what if I rise?" "Sir, so it's possible even after losing?" The young man asked. "Fire, success didn't come when life got easy. It came when life was hardest and I still woke up at 5 a.m. He pointed at a framed quote on the wall. Framed picture, "When you feel you've reached the end, reset your vision, not your value." Writing hand, a man who refused to quit. The young man's eyes filled with hope. "Tell me," Adam asked, "if I give you this chance, what changes?" The candidate took a breath. Thought balloon, "If I start today, I won't wait for the right moment. I'll create it." Adam extended his hand. Collision, "Welcome to the team. I don't hire resumes, I hire fighters." The young man left. Adam walked to the window. The city was alive. People rushing. Battles happening. Stories starting. He pulled out his old notebook and wrote. Pen, day 3010, don't slow down. Success isn't the finish line. It's the starting point of who you're becoming. He whispered to the memory of that defeated man at 3:33 a.m. Speaking head, you didn't just survive. You became the man you once needed. His phone buzzed, another meeting. Another challenge. He didn't fear falling anymore. Because now, he knew how to rise. Fire, final line of the full story. Collision, one day, they asked how I made it. Speaking head, and I told them, it began the night I refused to quit, continued every morning at 5 a.m., and still continues today, because I wake up with purpose.